beloved. Welcome. It's good to see you. It's been a minute. So I hope you did it. We are in our 6th month. 6 months of being obedient, being consistent, being steady. I'm so very, very, very proud of you. So this is week 25. So get out your $25 and put it up in your savings. And then I want to talk to you a little bit about just some of the basic precepts that we really haven't covered in the past. And a lot of times we think these things are just kind of a given, just kind of understood. And they really aren't. They're so misunderstood, even with God's kids. Like, people who have grown up in the church don't understand and realize how there are basic principles and precepts in the Bible that cause us to be successful, that cause us to have the abundance over and above the grace of our salvation. Because, and don't get me wrong, grace, it's a matter of rightly dividing the word. There is grace. We are saved by grace through faith, and that's done. God's not going to love you any more than he does. He's not going to love you any less than he does. There's nothing that you can do to make him love you any more or any less. Period. So that's grace. But then on the other hand, there is the law, and the law is that there are mandates, there are covenants that God gave us that cause us to live in that over and above, that abundance. And so that's kind of what I just want to share a little bit about with you today, because I have been in the Word for all of my life, and that's a long time. And a lot of these precepts were missed for me. These kingdom keys, like things that people should know, we should know, that were hidden for us, but we're not unveiling, we're not uncovering. And tithing is that first thing. It's like, a long time ago, back in the singles ministry, I remember someone coming in and talking to us about tithing. And he said, I personally don't feel like that if you can't pay your bills, that God expects you to tithe that month. And it kind of hit me, kind of weird, but all that stuff just kind of goes in for a while. It kind of rolled around the back of my head, and I thought, I don't know how I feel about that. I don't know, And so over the years, when it gets tough sometimes, you don't. It's like you just kind of, if you don't really believe that something is important, then you don't really stick with it and you don't do it. And so kind of with that, I just kind of, those words kind of rang true, and so rang in there, and it was kind of it let you off the hook kind of thing, I guess. And so because of that, I kind of halfway tithed. I wasn't consistent with it. I wasn't, it wasn't giving him my first fruits. And so just recently I'm learning more wisdom and getting more insight on the kingdom keys that are in the Bible that just flat out give us the abundant life that we were promised, that it is our inheritance. And so that tithing is a very first step. So that's just a given. It's like off the top, you tithe first. You're 10% because 100% belongs to him anyway. He just asked for the 10%, and then you pay yourself. And then we'll talk about the offering too, because I learned about seed and that is so true, Blue. I mean, that is like for real deal. Like, I've seen some miracles just this week in my life that would rock your world. So we'll talk more about it soon. But I just wanted to kind of cover that, because really, I guess it's been kind of an understood, kind of a silent understanding that tithing is first, but it is so important. Oh my gosh, those precepts upon precepts are so important to get us to our goals, which is to be successful, right? To be successful ultimately in every area of our lives, so that we can be the person that reaches our hand out to help the person next to us up, and is a living testimony, right? So I love you guys. I'm so proud of you for reaching the 6-month mark, and I will see you next week. You stay blessed, and embrace life. See you soon.